Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Spooky Spencer, and thank you for joining us in the Paranormal Podcast for your personal needs. We are here today with a viral sensation from 6 years ago, Gemma Ramsey. You may be asking who this person is. Well, if you're a constant listener and tracker of the supernatural, in 2015, an orange beam mysteriously killed several firefighters. However, it wasn't from a bird. They were crushed to death. Gemma says that the orange beam is her sister, and according to these police documents with your record statements, it seems to back it up. Can you please elaborate on what happened that day? I'm on the edge of my seat. Also, don't mind the fact that I messed up elaborate.
Okay, I was actually going to ask if you could take it back from however. Whoa, I don't like hearing myself.
Take it back from however.
Yeah, take it back from however it wasn't from being burned.
Oh, just start at however it wasn't from being burned?
Yes, start from there and then go to the end.
Okay. However, it wasn't from being burned. They were crushed to death. Gemma says the orange beam is her sister, and according to these police documents, with recorded statements, it seems to back it up. Can you please elaborate on what happened that day? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Okay, that was good, yeah. Okay. Now.
Yeah, with your record statement, recorded record statements. Did I say record?
Shh. It's fine. Yes, Mom, it is your type of podcast. My mom's now in the chat. That's great.
Oh, fantastic. All you're going to be hearing is me repeating words, and then repeating them again and again and again.
Okay. Let me get back into the mind of Gemma. Just.
Let me relive the tragic death of my sister real quick.
Just.
Let me relive tragic moments. Oh, my sister putting like this orange lotion all over her body, becoming the center.
Wait! Not yet! Not yet!
Oh.
Hello, thank you for inviting me, Spooky Spencer. It's a pleasure to have me. You said you had a few questions for me?
Yes, I do. I just have a few questions about your sister, Orange Light. Before she became this beam, what hobbies did she have?
Well, she loved cutting out tan blonde women in magazines. I think that caused her to get into self-tanning lotions.
Oh, so she was obsessed with tan lotions and tan women.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the pictures and the speculation going on? Oh, wait, this is something different. Crap.
You're supposed to read the one beneath it. It's like, why was she so obsessed with it? Okay, let's go again. What hobbies did you have?
Darn.
Take it from there, and then we'll go next to that.
Okay. Well, what hobbies did she have?
She loved cutting out tan blonde women in magazines, which caused her to get into self-tanning lotions.
Oh, so she was slightly obsessed with skin tan lotion?
Yeah, I can't tell you why exactly. I don't really understand it myself, but she was heavily into Britney Spears, so maybe that was the culprit? Say that again.
Do I go from here? Because the next thing in line is how do I feel about pictures and speculation going around like Orange Light? And I'm like,
Just pick another one.
I'll just pick another one and do that one?
Yeah.
When did you start noticing anything strange about her?
Around 2014, she started self-tanning with all kinds of lotions and creams to make herself look orange. She was pretty normal before that until puberty hit, so everyone thought it was, just a phase she would grow out of eventually.
Interesting. And do you have
Hmm.
any nicknames for her?
Yeah.
Specifically on the tanning lotion.
Yeah. Even towards the end, my mom called her Oompa Loompa, and for just a while, not even, uh, it was even before the incident, I would call her Tangerine Girl, Go Mango, Oompa Loompa, Origina, just make fun of that entire thing.
And for about how long was she using this lotion?
Mm, I would say self tanners for about a year. However, the lotion that caused the incident was in something like a jam jar. It only tur- that the jam. No, I'm sorry. Self tanners for about a year. Um, but she only used that jam jar substance of dye only once. I don't know why she thought
So it was a
of putting it on instead of self tanning lotion. I know we were out, but I don't know why she thought it was necessary to.
so she put in a random substance. It wasn't a tanning lotion that turned her into this light.
No, no. It was a dye substance, or so we assume, that was from my mom, who is an inventor. She created this stuffed muffin corporation and the stuffed muffin trademark, and so she was experimenting with her next project. And for a while, she was experimenting with different dyes, and she would get them shipped from all over the world. Nothing too out of the ordinary, until one day my sister and my mom got into a big fight, mostly because my mom forgot to buy self tanning lotion. And my sister was so upset, she slammed the door, and we didn't hear from her until the next morning. And the next morning, I found a small jam jar with a language I do not recognize on her windowsill, and it was empty. So, I assume she used one of the dyes to dye her skin orange.
So it was a special dye she used.
Yeah, we
Interesting.
don't know where it came from.
If only we had that information.
Yeah, if only.
How did she act after using this lotion?
What?
Sorry, I threw a curveball.
Uh,
I
how?
thought it was a good question.
Oh, how did she act afterwards? She
Yeah,
called herself her eminence, and she would basically say, talk like she was a god and she was actually wanting to conquer the world. She was very egotistical, let's just say.
she had something like a Napoleon complex.
You could say that.
And how were the living conditions inside the house with her after she used the strange jam or substance?
Oh, God. Beforehand, we were pretty normal. We were three kids living with a single mother, and since our mom was very successful, we lived comfortably. But we had our quirks, but nothing quite like this. After she put on the self tanning lotion, she basically made everyone her personal slave.
That is very strange. How did she get away with that?
She had these powers. It's hard to explain them. Oh god. My alarm went off.
It happens.
My alarm went off. Anyways, um, for some reason, I wasn't fixed to the ground or anything. I couldn't move. Like, no matter how hard I tried, I wasn't stuck. I literally just couldn't move my legs. And she would use that constantly. So,
So she was able to restrain you at will.
basically, yes.
And does this have to do anything with uh, dead firefighters?
Uh, oh god, the dead firefighters. I feel really bad for them because it's an honest mistake. The entire house was glowing orange because of my sister. My sister, the orange light that has been seen in many videos was glowing orange, so the firefighters braked down the windows and the doors in order to get in because they thought we were in trouble. Because they saw a car in the parking, like in the driveway, but they probably heard voices. I'm not sure. But, with a house glowing orange, you would expect a few firefighters to come along. And they basically broke through the windows, smashed open the door, and of course, Her Eminence, my sister, thought this was an attack on her specifically, and so she basically turned them into goo.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Now, how did you possibly get away from such a powerful
Say that
creature?
again?
How did you get away from such a powerful person?
It was not easy, honestly. And it wasn't even from our own volition. It's not as if we didn't try to get away, or try to do anything. It's just that, well, we we thought of doing, well, a lot of stuff. We we first tried washing her off with a hose. The train of thought thinking of no more orange on the skin would equal no more torture for us. And when that didn't work, we tried poisoning her. We we tried killing her. It didn't work, of course. Um, but it was so weird seeing her take like the solvent that was in her food, taste it, ask what it was, and when we showed it to her, she didn't get mad. Instead, she started, I think she liked the taste of it. It was a little weird, and my
Just need to
brother,
ask.
would go on chocolate runs for her, and he would leave the house, and he was the only one who could leave the house. I wasn't able to leave the house. Mom wasn't able to leave the house, but my brother, he could leave the house. And so my brother, on one of his chocolate runs, tried to alert the authorities. They're like, "Hey, we're in trouble." But he did it in a way that wasn't beneficial to us. Instead, he went, "Hey, my sister turned into a orange glowing being, and now we're trapped."
Yeah, that
Basically,
isn't. Yeah,
you can,
police aren't gonna. That.
yeah, you can imagine how well that turned out. We were still there for a while. Yeah.
I also heard there were sightings of aliens, ones that weren't your sister.
Yeah.
You have any
Well, I believe there were like these blue like beams of light, and they came down to actually take her away. I don't know if it was like some sort of prophecy. I don't know what's going. I don't know.
specifically blue?
Yeah, it was specifically blue. I don't know why.
Time is running out. I think I only have time for like one more question before I have to go.
Hey, you realize we can, in fact, keep on doing this, right? I just have to cut it down.
No.
I know. I'm just saying. By the way, you don't have to say that. I can just cut it down. It's fine. Anyways.
Sorry, I would just make a nice little transition into the closing.
We'll just keep on with the questions, okay?
Okay. Answered what hobby she had. Exchange.
How do you feel about the pictures and speculations? We could go over that.
Oh, like how do you feel about the speculations that are going on about the light? About that.
Can, yeah,
Now, Miss Gemma, how do you feel
yes.
about the pictures and speculations going on about your sister, the Orange Light?
I honestly don't think I've heard anyone speculate the correct answer. Um, of course, it's the internet, people would get religious about it, saying it's like the coming of the Messiah or it's the Antichrist, you know? And this was back in 2015. And so the next year, in 2016, when the election came around, people thought it was a marketing ploy for a specific candidate, which it wasn't. It was just my sister being abducted. But people called it fake news, and they would get so angry. For a while, we had death threats like come into our mail daily. It was awful.
And have you had any contact with her since she was abducted?
Um, no. Basically, we kind of treat her as if she was dead.
Okay.
I don't know if I'll ever get to see her again, unfortunately. Especially after all this time. I mean, it's been 6 years. Why would she come back now, you know?
It's quite sad.
Yeah, but,
Now, how did your parents take the news of your sister having this orange light and disappearing?
well, as I said, my parents are divorced. So, as you can sort of guess, um, my dad wasn't there during the entire thing. So, um, yeah,
I was very surprised then.
yeah. So we told him that Lilith, which was her name, my sister's name was Lilith. Um, we told her, we told my dad that she was gone. And of course, he assumed it was about death and that, you know, uh, she was abducted. We just said she was abducted. However, um, he started to file a missing persons report and started looking everywhere for my sister. And we basically just had to tell him the truth. let's just say he did not take the news well, and he erupted into anger, saying how lying to him isn't a good idea, and how dare I joke at a time like this, blah, blah, blah. Stuff you would assume he would say, if you put him in if you put yourself in his shoes, your daughter who's been missing for a few months at this point, just all of a sudden, you're telling him that he was
She
abducted.
was some light that was raised into the sky, never to be seen again.
Yeah, so he
I
did
can
not take
see
that
why.
well.
Yeah, I can see why he didn't believe that.
Yeah. He actually, behind our backs, we found this later out, he hired many private investigators in order to go and search for her because, of course, he didn't believe us when we were telling the truth. He didn't believe that we were uh, saying that she got abducted by aliens. Of course, he didn't believe us. Um, but yeah, he borrowed so much money for like the top tier private investigators, like ever. And of course, they came back empty because she's gone and abducted by aliens. And so he was found in a lot of debt. And I mean a lot of debt. And he borrowed money from pretty shady people, I'd say. And he had a quote unquote side business. Let's just say that. And he got arrested because of the side business. And he was only dealing because he wanted to get the money to pay it back so he could also keep on paying the private investigators. I think all that stress and everything, and I don't know if he tried any of what he dealt, but I would assume probably, he started going insane. And so while they were trying to sentence him for his crime, a psychologist actually found him clinically insane, and now he's in a mental institution, and he's been there for a long time. He's been there for, I think, a year or two now.
Sister becomes a light and goes into the heavens, and your father goes insane of the aftermath.
Yeah,
Sounds like bad few years.
yeah, it's been rough. Trust me. It's a wonder I didn't as well. I mean, with all that I saw, I was the only one who was rational enough.
Stan, what do we do now?
I don't know.
We just end it now. I think we have enough. I think we have enough footage. We have enough
Probably.
clips.
Probably.
Closing.
Yeah.
Closing time.
Okay,
Oh,
do
no,
the closing.
Definitely not doing. Whispery voice, yes. Yes, whispery voice. I like how I went from like, hi, I'm Markiplier to whispery voice, yes.
It must be ASMR. It must be.
You're just gonna get random parts of the video that go from like, from me trying to be deep voice to me going whispery voice, yeah.
Oh no.
Well, Miss Pauline can deal with the bad production.
Oh god. Okay.
Deal with the bad. We'll just say that's bad acting. She has to deal with it.
Yeah. What if it just did the fucking thing?
Okay. That's all today for the. I messed that up.
Yes, you did, and you were also coming out.
Oh, fantastic. Perfect timing.
Okay,
try
so
that one more time.
yes, please.
That's all for today on the Paranormal Podcast with a pretty personal story with Gemma Ransby. Frick, I messed that up
What?
as well. Gemma
You
I
said
said Ram.
Rama Juicy?
Yeah, I know. Batman's pretty bad at this. Batman's just used to punching people. But now Batman has to be scary. No, sorry, I'm not Scary Perry. That was my alter ego. This is my other alter ego, Spooky Spencer. It's a hard life being Batman.
Okay, hurry up with the closing so we can get to the seance.
Okay. That's all today. Ah, frick. Frick before every time.
That's all for today on the Paranormal Podcast with a pretty personal story with Gemma Ramsey, who survived what seems to be a traumatizing experience that we can see with this full, in detail case report, and even her stories for today. That's how you should do it. Got it?
Okay. Don't forget the 4. Frick you, Nathan. Don't forget the 4.
You remember we're live, right?
I know. Don't forget it, Nathan. Forget it.
God.
Okay. That's all for today on the Paranormal Podcast with a pretty personal story with Gemma Ramsey, who survived what seems to be a traumatizing experience that we can see in this full and detailed case report, even her stories for today. Well, this was 6 years ago in 2015. Sometimes a post will resurface again, creating more questions. While I might not have all the answers, my dear listeners, I do have the means to find them. Thank you so much, Gemma, for being here today.
Oh, thank you for having me. It was fun to finally tell my sister's story.
We ended.
Yeah, we're still live, but the thing is that, yeah, we're out of clips. That's good.
Okay. We clipped it, okay. Finally, my English grade's gonna go up. Yes. Batman accomplished what he came for.
Okay. I need to turn on a light in here because it's very dark outside. I'm trying to get up. Let me get up.
Batman improved English grade. Batman couldn't get out of college.
Batman.
Batman increased English grade. Batman gonna go to college. Batman gonna fail social studies. Batman gonna flunk out of school. Batman gonna work at McDonald's. Batman's gonna get depressed. Batman's not gonna beat up Joker because Batman's gonna become new Joker. Society.
Ow. Ow. Ow.
Welcome back
Why?
to the Weird Sounds of Kristen Getting Hurt podcast, where we hear random sounds of Kristen getting hurt.
Okay. Hello?
Oh, I was just introducing everybody to the podcast of you and your weird sounds of getting hurt. I'm pretty sure you were stubbing your toe back then.
I wasn't stubbing my toe. However,
I'm doing this.
I wasn't stubbing my toe, but I was getting pretty my back hurts from trying to reach over and grab the light so it'll turn on. And I'm just like, ow! Oh God, why?
No, it wasn't stepping on Legos. You're stubbing your toe.
I don't think I have Legos.
Poor soul. Even poor Batman has Legos. Broken Batman who flunked out of college and works at McDonald's has Legos.
I just never was a Lego kind of person.
And he goes over to Joker's house and plays Legos.
He goes over to Joker's house to play Legos.
Yes, he does. On the weekends.
Hey, Batgirl. Hey, Harley Quinn.
He goes over to the Arkham Asylum and plays Legos. Fun time.
It's such a fun time. It's such a great thing.
Such a fun time.
Such a fun. It's so fun.
Just love it.
Oh, it's so
Just
fun.
love it.
Oh, it's great.
I'm talking like this because it hurts my voice less. Talking normally hurts more now. It's just my voice now. I'm just Batman.
Okay,
Or she Batman.
Nathan, do you want to play a game together, or do you want to watch me play a visual novel and you voice over it?
Huh?
It sounds exactly like it says.
You want to play a visual novel and have me voice it over?
I think it'd be funny.
Can we just play like?
Yeah, we could play League. I gave you the option.
Yeah, we play League with Neil, who's in another voice chat.
Oh no. I mean, oh no.
Yes. Why? He said he has a lot of viewers. He's either lying or telling the truth, and if he's telling the truth, we can just leech off of him.
I think he's
Great
lying.
business opportunity. It's a great business opportunity.
I think he's lying.
Well,
Because he followed
if he's
me.
lying about that, then because he followed you.
He followed me on Twitch. And I checked his account and it said he's never been live. It doesn't have any followers or following. It could be a different account. It
He
could
doesn't trust
be.
you with his account information.
It could be a
Top
different
secret.
account. However, I still have never seen.
He could be over exaggerating.
He goes, I have thousands and thousands, and I'm just like, I don't think I've. This guy didn't know how to actually use OBS.
Maybe not.
I'm just like, I don't.
Wait, Kristen, stop. He follows us. Remember, he follows you. Remember?
Yeah, but he's not in my chat.
Shit. We just hop over now.
Yeah. Hold on. Ow.
What?
Ow. Ow.
What are you doing? Hold on, I gotta stab myself with a needle real quick. Ow. Okay, I'm ready.
No, I was.
Got all my anger out by stabbing myself with a needle.
No!
Can't deal with that Neil guy.
No! Not at all! I was. One of my fingernails was coming loose, and so I was taking it off, and it hurt. Basically, if you've ever, like, ripped off your fingernail before, it felt like that.
I haven't ripped off a fake fingernail, but I've ripped off a real one before.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It feels very similar. Except
Fair enough. I
you're
don't
not
see why you
bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
But you still
I
get the
wasn't
pain
bleeding.
and soreness.
I wasn't bleeding because I got a bruise there, and then it slowly deteriorated over time to where the point where I could lift my fingernail up. It was fantastic.
But
It was like watching my fingernail rot. Pretty cool. It wasn't rotting.
that's that. I
It
don't think
wasn't
we're talking
rotting,
about the same
trust me.
thing. I don't think we're talking about the same thing.
No, we're not. I got a bruise under my finger, and then my nail basically lost all connection to my finger. So, yeah. all that was connecting it was dead tissue.
Oh no.
So it just slowly peeled up, and I'm like, oh, fun.
Oh God.
Gotta understand, I was like 9 years old at this time, so I was like, off my rocker, if I even had one. Don't know. I'm gonna go into the chat.
No, you're not.
I am.
No, you're not. Oh, you meant on Discord.
We're gonna play League, right?
Oh, you meant on Discord. Oh, I thought you were talking about my Twitch stream.
I'm gonna invade. I'm
No!
gonna bring in all my followers that I don't own. or don't have. Yes, I own followers.
Yes, I have
Yeah,
followers.
yes, most definitely. Even though I've never streamed before.
Even though I have no idea what an OBS is.
I know what it is. I've used it before. It was like when I was like 5 or something, and I had stupid dreams of becoming a YouTuber, and I crushed my own dreams real quick. Trust me, you don't want to look at them. They were Roblox
Oh my god! I want to look at him
on
so
a freaking
badly.
idea pad. It was Roblox on an
I
idea pad.
I want to see it. I want to see
Oh,
it.
it was. I don't even know if you know how I had that email for YouTube Creator.
Yeah?
That's where it was from. So the account still exists. I'm pretty sure.
What's the name? What's the name?
I don't freaking remember.
I
I'm gonna
must
play
know
League right
the
now.
name. I must know.
Like I said, I'll find it out some later date. Right now,
Oh,
we
wait.
need to.
I need to go on a break screen so no one sees my Discord.
What? They don't want to see our school esports?